the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules.
Like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
Checking the mic, 1, 2, 3. Checking the mic, 1, 2, 3. Welcome back, everybody, to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We are here for the second round of the Dynamic Racing League, the league where we have a sprint and a feature race in Formula 1 cars on the Codemasters Formula 1 game here, run by the OG server, and we've got 17 drivers on the grid ready to go racing once again here at Singapore. This time at the correct time at Singapore. We're not racing in the daytime like some certain league owner set the lobby up so that we were doing a couple of weeks ago. Not sure who that was. But nonetheless, we've got 20 seconds left to go until the start of this race. The first race of the evening, the sprint race. Obviously, we just had the one-shot qualifying session. I didn't get a chance to see who got poles. I was actually busy doing a drum solo to the music that was playing in the build-up to that. But nonetheless, that doesn't matter because we're going to have a great race anyway. It's going to be enjoyable, and I'm sure we're going to get up to scratch with who's where on the grid. And it'll all change very quickly. But here we go. The lights coming on at the start of this race. We're about to go racing here at the Marina Bay. And it's lights out and away we go as we just get all the data up on the screen there. Here we go. And there we go. A. Thompson up towards the first corner, leads the race, and we can see Dylan down the inside to Juice, but Juice trying to hold it on the outside of turn 2 and 3, and Juice somehow managing to keep onto that one. As Rygie there in 4th, Ben Smith's got up into P5 ahead of Don't G. As we see Skelly's got ahead of Carts up into 11th place as well, but A. Thompson has already broken up a bit of a gap here. He's second clear as they're coming up through Raffles Boulevard here for the first time. Juice, there's Dylan ahead of Rygie. You've got Ben Smith there ahead of Check DP. Don't G there ahead of McNivick, as McNivick is lining up a move here on Don't G, coming into this tricky left-hander. Don't G a little bit wide, he gets away with it as we see Carts has got another boot. Another boot exhausts out to Skelly here, but he's back down the inside looking to try and get himself back up into 11th place. Skelly goes wide, oh my goodness, Skelly there getting all sorts of out of shape. Nobby back down the inside up into 11th place as we can see Bennett is getting pushed out there by Giffy Boy. Giffy Boy trying to get ahead of Skelly as well, but Bennett's now going to try and come back at Giffy Boy here into what used to be that tricky nightmare chicane, but it's now just a normal left-hand bend. But Bennett there up into 13th place ahead of Giffy Boy. An interesting start to this race, a few little changes here and there, but Bennett in the middle of a big train of cars at this point, so he's got work to do. YouTube Dizzy in the comments, hello, good to see you. A. Thompson leads by just over a second. RL Beast has got himself into 15th place ahead of Horatio there, coming into that right hand bend. He goes a little bit wide on the exit, but keeps it together there. Good driving there from RL Beast. As we go back to the front, it's A. Thompson who leads the race by just over a second, but Juice is now neutralising that gap. He's not really pulling away by any more at this stage. You've got Juice there, second in, just over a second behind him, ahead of Dylan, who's third. Then you've got Rygie, Ben Smith and Check DB all in hot pursuit of Dylan right now, as we've got Don't G right behind them, McNivick as well. A. Thompson does the fastest lap of the race there, 1 minute 41.1. Very good lap time there indeed from A. Thompson as he leads the race, as Bennett has got ahead of RL Beast up into 12th place. So good stuff there from Bennett LCFC, making up a position as we look further down the order at the moment. No real changes at this point. Nobby Bootneck and Giffy Boy both in the pits though. So those two coming in here at the end of the first lap, so they clearly think that there's something just a little bit amiss with their cars. Maybe they picked up some damage due to some incidents at the start of this race. Danny Din's got ahead of Skelly up into 16th place. Skelly has dropped positions left, right and centre on that first lap. Didn't see what happened to him, but he's obviously been involved in the wars somewhere, and he's now down in 17th place. As we look back to the front, we got Dylan with Rygie, Ben Smith, Check DP, Don't G, McNivick, Boo Boo right on the back of him here. This is a 7-car battle for third place at the moment. Rygie's trying to put the pressure on Dylan. Ben Smith in the middle of all this is on the medium tyres, so he plays himself into a good strategic position here, as is pretty much the entire mid-pack. But the top 8, Ben Smith is the only one of the top 8 on the medium tyres, and then practically everyone else is on the mediums, barring HD Baguette and Giffy Boy on the hards, who's at the back having pitted. But Ben Smith trying to get something done here with Rygie at the moment. Rygie though holding his ground, and Rygie in turn has got Dylan right in front of him as well. So none of these guys really seem to be able to make too much headway on each other, as you've got McNivick pretty close on the back of Don't G. Don't G's dropped off at the back of the rest of them here in this battle for the podium spots though. And Carts there is a little way off of this battle as well. He's got Bennett now looming large in his mirrors. Bennett looking to try and bring himself into the points paying positions if he can. We're keeping our eye on all sections of the timing board at this point. As Carts there getting a few sparks up as he went into the wall, got a little bit wide, was suffering from understeer there. You could see But Bennett now with a bit of battery here has got less battery than Carts. Carts has saved up a bit more as his. But the question is, does Bennett go hell for leather here, use up all his battery and try and get the move done into turn 1 here on Carts? He's going to look to the inside of Bennett. LCFC goes to go trackside there, gets that done up into P10. Lovely move there from Bennett as Czech DB has also cleared Ben Smith up into 5th place. So Czech DB making up of another position here. Back to the leader. A. Thompson's got a 1.4 second gap. He continues to control things out the front. Juice there in 2nd place has got Dylan a little way behind him, but Dylan has still got his train of cars behind him, and Czech DB is trying to clear these as quickly as he can to make himself up into a podium place. As we can see, Boohoo's got ahead of McNivick up into 8th place, and Skelly's into the pits here at the end of lap 2. So he's coming in, he's getting some hard tyres on the car. Could probably get the mediums to go to the end from here, I would have thought, but in he comes nonetheless. And Czech DB trying to hassle the back here of Raiji in the battle for 4th place, but these two have dropped a little bit off of Dylan over the course of this lap so far. And Giffy Boy's out of the race. Giffy Boy has crashed out here on lap 3, and we've got double wave yellow flags through sector 1. We're not quite sure what those are for. Well, actually no, we know what they're for, but I mean, we don't know when they're going to subside is what we're trying to say. But yeah, that's double wave yellow flags through sector 1 as RL Beast is on the back of Carts, trying to get himself into 11th place if he can. They've got Horatio a couple of seconds back. F1 Silver's hassling the back of Horatio here as they come through this flat out left-hander which leads into the right, and you've got HD Baguette just behind them as well, looking to try and get herself into this battle if she possibly can. Look, at the moment it's Czech DB still hassling the back of Raiji as they're coming to the final corner, and Dylan's into the pits here at the end of lap 3. So one of the first drivers to not come in for damage, just to come in as a normal strategy call, but in he comes nonetheless. Battle at the front between A. Thompson and Juice is going up a bit. The gap between A. Thompson and Juice is now 1.5 seconds, so A. Thompson just a little bit quicker at the moment than the rest of them. Czech DB now ahead of Ben Smith, and obviously he's now ahead of Dylan as well, with Dylan coming into the pits here pretty early on in this race. Be careful, Nana, because there's lots of stuff that you might pull out there. It's very hot. Right, Czech DB there moving up into 3rd place nonetheless here on Raiji, and Boo Boo's got ahead of Don't G as well, so Boo Boo up into P6 here in this race. Bennett has made the move on McNivick, but McNivick's still there, still battling it out, trying to get the inside for the right-hander. Bennett though completes that move and forces him out there. Bennett up into 8th place. There are position changes left, right and centre here tonight. The action is absolutely fantastic here in the Dynamic Racing League here. Part of the OG server on a Friday night. Never disappoints. Some of the best wheel-to-wheel action I see throughout the week, which is quite ironic considering it's on a Friday night. You'd think that everybody would be a bit worse for wear. But nonetheless, we can see here that Horatio looking to the inside of Carts, but still not able to make the move for the time being. HD gets all over the back of F1 Silver as well. So much going on here in the early laps of this race. Don't know where to look, don't know where to turn. It's all happening at the moment in the early stages of this race. And this is absolutely fantastic stuff here. Absolutely privileged to be here tonight with the Dynamic League to see all this going on in front of us.
Where's Cheese Monkey?
Oh, Cheese Monkey doesn't race on F1, don't I?
It doesn't go anymore.
He doesn't race on F1, he races on ACC. Czech DB up into 2nd place ahead of Raiji. Juice is in the pits at the moment, so he's coming in here to make that pit stop at the end of lap 4. So is Ben Smith. Boo Boo is on the back of Raiji in this battle for the final podium spot. A. Thompson's checked out a bit. He's now 3 seconds clear of Czech DB at the moment. A further couple of seconds back to Raiji running in 3rd place. Boo Boo though looking to try and get himself onto the podium for now. He's got DRS through this part of the track, but he's too far back to make a move, unless he absolutely sends one on Raiji. No, thinks better of that one. Brakes it a bit early, then just let it coast a bit as he realised he might have braked a bit too early. Yeah, RL Beast currently running in P8. He's a couple of seconds off of the back of McNivick at the moment. He's 5 seconds clear of Horatio. HD Baguette really putting the pressure on F1 Silver here in this battle for P10. Danny Din's only about a second off of the back of these as well, as Cars is in the pits at the end of lap 4. Well, he's out of the pits now, and he's just been passed there by Nobby Bootneck. So Nobby Bootneck there into P16 here in this race, but nonetheless the gap at the front between A. Thompson and Czech DB staying around the same, and Czech DB has actually been reeling him over the last couple of laps. So Czech DB on a bit of a charge here on the soft tyres. He's really going for A. Thompson at this point. I tell you what, we could be seeing an interesting battle between these two over the course of this race. Lap 5 of 15 here, as Boo Boo is all over the back of Raiji as they're coming through this underneath the grandstand, through that little tunnel here which goes underneath the scaffolding, which is obviously a temporary grandstand, as you might be able to see. But Boo Boo will have DRS coming down the start-finish straight. Can he get the run here? As Czech DB is into the lead because A. Thompson is in the pits, and Boo Boo also into third place because Raji is in the pits. So a couple of position changes there. So it's now Czech DB from Boo Boo from Don't G, the top three, but pit stops still to come into it once everybody has served their mandatory pit stop in this race. There will be a bit of a shake-up here in the order, as Bennett is running all over the back of Don't G right now as they come up towards turn 4. And if he can get a good run out of here, he'll be able to set himself up really well for this flat out section. You go, this is not even a corner really, because you're absolutely flat to the boards, and they now come in towards turn 5. Around the outside goes Bennett. LCFC. He's done that one way before the corner, and he's up into third place there ahead of Don't G. So Bennett continuing to make gains, and on the medium tyres as well, he's in a very good position in this race. But then again, Boo Boo also on the medium tyres is a second and a half up the road. So Bennett's race at the moment, for the time being, is probably with Boo Boo. But here we are anyway. F1 Silver 7/10 off for the back of Horatio. That battle continues to rage on. Danny Din pretty close to the back of HD Baguette. Those two battling it out over 9th and 10th for the moment, but obviously that will change once the pit stops come into effect. Juice is on the back of A. Thompson, and Dylan right there on the back of Juice at the moment. There's action, there's stuff happening wherever you look. It is non-stop here tonight at Motive in the Dynamic OG League here on a Friday night. It's always the show, always serves up a bit of a thriller, does this league, as we're on lap 6 of 15 for the sprint race. The feature race will be up after this, but this is currently a bit of an appetizer for the drivers to get their teeth stuck into, and then in the second race that'll be where I think we'll see most of the memories made, as Horatio's got F1 Silver all over the back of him here. So coming into the final sector of the lap, as these two are a little way ahead of HD Baguette and Danny Din as they're coming out through the final few corners. Juice is running in 12th behind A. Thompson, with Dylan all over the back of him, but we're going to stick with this battle as they're coming out onto the start-finish straight. I think F1 Silver a little bit too far back at the moment on Horatio to make anything happen coming into turn 1, as we see a load of drivers into the pits here. Don't G, McNivick, RL Beast and HD Baguette all coming in at the end of lap 6, as Juice is still on the back of A. Thompson, but A. Thompson has, well, they've both been in the pits now actually, so now that they've all had they've done their pit stops, it's as you were. It's A. Thompson from Juice from Dylan, so nothing's really changed to be honest. But we've got to watch out for Boo Boo, because Boo Boo and Bennett, both on the mediums, could have the strategic wild card here in this one. Czech DB also one to watch, because Czech DB will be looking to try and get the overcut on these three, A. Thompson, Juice and Dylan. So this could be a 5-6 car battle for the win in this race. This is wide open at the moment for the sprint race here for the Dynamic OG League, and it is absolutely fantastic stuff so far in this one, as we got Ben Smith now a second off at the back of Raji. You've got RL Beast on the back of HD Baguette. DRS down this part of the track. As we look to the outside, that'll turn to the inside. We can keep this car there. There he goes round the outside, and that is the inside for the left-hander there. The Red Bull gets ahead of the Aston Martin up into 14th place, shall I say. And that was a great move there from RL Beast as he moved himself up another position. As we can see, F1 Silver is on the back of Horatio, as these two running in 4th and 5th places. They're a long way behind the other three. Obviously the top 6 still yet to pit, so these guys will be battling it out for the mid-pack places at best by the time we get to the end of this race. But nonetheless, still a lot of pride at stake, as Czech DB is now into the pits here at the end of lap 7. So Boo Boo takes the lead of the race. Bennett stood out there as well. These two will be able to go on the soft tyres for the end of the race, and they'll be able to absolutely wring the neck out of their cars in the final laps of this race. Mandatory pit stops in the sprint race, despite the fact that you can quite comfortably go a whole race on one set of tyres. There is a mandatory stop, so that means that you do have to use both tyre compounds as you would in a normal race. So Czech DB still in the pits. Let's see if he comes out with the others. He comes out behind them. So Czech DB comes out about a second adrift of A. Thompson, Juice and Dylan. Danny Din in the middle of that pack, he's still yet to pit, so he obviously has got an impending pit stop still to serve, which he will obviously have to do at some stage. But McNivick also in the pit, so he's serving his pit stop at this moment in time, as Juice is on the back of A. Thompson right now in this battle for 5th place currently in this race. You've got F1 Silver on the back of Horatio, as those two continue to fight it out here for 3rd place. It won't be 3rd for long though with the strategy, as I've said before. Oh, I need to catch my breath. But F1 Silver's on the back of Horatio still. We've got Juice trying to pressure A. Thompson. This is for the net lead of the race potentially. It all depends on what Boo Boo and Bennett do over the course of this race. They'll probably come out behind them, but then they'll have the pace over these guys come the end of the race, because they'll have the faster, fresher tyres. As Czech DB's now cleared Danny Din Obviously, that was a move that was going to happen at some point, but Czech DB now into some clean air there, into P8 in this race as Carter's has got ahead of Skelly up into P16 as well. There's those two still battling it out over 16th and 17th places. Dylan on the back of this trio of cars. A. Thompson, Juice and Dylan still running pretty close. You've got Ben Smith currently hassling the back of Raji still in this fight for the final points paying position at this stage in the race. Czech DB though will be wanting to make hay while the sun shines here on these three in front of him. He's got 3 lap fresher tyres than A. Thompson, Juice and Dylan, so that will be probably playing into his hands a little bit at this point. He's just got to go and make it work now. Boohoo still leads the race ahead of Bennett. Those two on the medium tyres are able to go along into the race. And they'll have the softs on for the last couple of laps, which will benefit them enormously. Raji currently hassling the back of Bennett here for Ben Smith in the battle for 10th place as RL Beast has done the fastest lap of the race there, 1:38.8. As I'm now hiccuping like crazy because this is madness. This is a great race. There's so much action at the moment, as we can see. The 4 leaders, the 4 net leaders now onto the back of F1 Silver, and also Horatio as well. So these two battling it out for their own race, but they've got the leaders, A. Thompson, Juice, Dylan and Czech DB right after them. And Czech DB's taking a move here down the inside of Dylan and gets that one done there. So Czech DB up into what is a net 3rd place in this race. Obviously P7, but the top 4 still yet to pit in this race. So obviously A. Thompson still the net race leader ahead of Juice, but Czech DB now into a net 3rd place here. Boo Boo, Bennett, Horatio, F1 Silver still yet to pit in this race. They've got to come in over the next 5 laps, otherwise they will be disqualified from the race. As we see Bennett now coming into the pits, so he's presumably going to put those soft tyres on, which will take him to the end of the race. Boo Boo's still got to come in for his soft tyres, so we'll be seeing him come in, I'd imagine, probably the end of this lap, otherwise he's not going to be able to make the most of them. As we can see, A. Thompson has got ahead of F1 Silver because F1 Silver's into the pits. So F1 Silver now moving aside for these leaders, these net leaders of the race. So it's just Boo Boo and Horatio still yet to pit. There's Juiced here coming back at Czech DB into turn 1. These two side by side. Czech DB trying to go around the outside of turn 3. Can he complete the move there? Czech DB does get it done on Juiced, and Czech DB now into a net P2 in this race, right on the back of A. Thompson. So Czech DB, after a dodgy qualifying session, has made his way back up the field, and he's now in a very promising position here in this race as RL Beast is up into 12th. That's because F1 Silver's in the pits. Czech DB though looking all over the back of A. Thompson, and can he capitalise on Horatio being in the way here? Horatio still yet to make his pit stop as A. Thompson looking for a way through, looking all over the back here of Horatio, but can't seem to find a way through at the moment. Czech DB is right there ready to pounce if A. Thompson were to trip over Horatio here, coming into the old Singapore sling, and still none of these guys can find a way through at this point. This is absolutely fantastic racing from these drivers here. As Juice is now trying to force his way forward. Oh no, Juice is round! Juice has tagged the wall there. He tried to squeeze his car for a gap that wasn't there. And Juice has spun round. He's down to 8th place. He's now down to 9th. Oh, Juice. What a shame. As A. Thompson now looking around the outside of Horatio. Can I turn it to the inside for the next right hander? No, he can't, because Horatio covers the corner off. Horatio in a battle of his own here in this race. Does not want to concede, does not want to yield. Czech DB's right there as well, but he's lost a bit of time to these two through the middle section. I don't know if he hit the wall or had a bit of a slip or slide or something, but he's lost touch with these two ever so slightly here. Surely Horatio's going to come in this lap. He does come in this lap. But the big thing about this is with Horatio holding these guys up, Bennett is now right there. Bennett is right on the back of these guys here in the battle for the win. Boo Boo's still yet to pit. He's got to come in this lap, surely. Danny Din's out of the race. Danny Din has crashed out on lap 11. Please don't be a safety car for all that is dear. For the love of Jesus, don't be a safety car. Thank God for that. It's not a safety car, because we have got an absolute blockbuster of a race going on here for this sprint race. This is absolutely awesome. As Bennett's now closing in on the leaders on his fresh off tyres, and Czech DB's taking the for the lead. Czech DB's up into the lead of the race, the net lead of the race, shall I say, because Boo Boo still leads the race, but Czech DB has got ahead of A. Thompson. He did it just before the virtual safety car, and we have got a safety car. We have got a safety car because of Danny Din's incident. So we have got a safety car here on lap 11, and I tell you what, Czech DB made that move at just the right time. If he had made that a corner later, then he wouldn't have had the lead there, and he would have had to sit in behind A. Thompson and wait at least 2 or 3 more laps to make that move. So Czech DB absolutely timed that to perfection, and he's up into the net lead. Boo Boo will come in at the end of this lap, but hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold your horses here, because Boo Boo having... Oh my God. Boo Boo, because of his strategy, because he stayed out until the safety car, he is going to get a free pit stop. So Boo Boo is going to hold on to the lead of the race. This is unprecedented. As Boo Boo comes into his pit box, I think he's going to hold on to the lead here. Check DB's coming to the final sector. Yep, Boo Boo is off and away. And due to the safety car coming out, Boo Boo is going to hold on to the lead. Very lucky. Here, Boo Boo is going to get the lead handed to him on a plate as Check DB and A. Thompson coming around the final corner. And there is Boo Boo. He's going to be laughing his way out of the pits as he comes into turn 1 with the lead still. He would have certainly have been falling, I think, into the clutches of these guys behind him. He would have been behind Check DB, A. Thompson and Bennett for sure, but Boo Boo has been handed the lead to him, and he's on the fresh soft tyres as well, so that has worked out absolutely a treat there for Boo Boo. Bennett's going to want to clear Check DB and A. Thompson as quickly as possible because he's on the fresher soft rubber. He's on the fresher, faster tyres is Bennett, so he'll want to get ahead of those two as quickly as he can so he can try and go after the race leader Boo Boo. But has he got what it takes here? And by the time he gets ahead of these two, if he can even get ahead of them, is he going to be too far behind Boo Boo? That's the question. Lap 12 and 15, I imagine, will be going at the end of the next lap. So, guys, if you're watching this back, if you're enjoying, if you're one of the drivers, please do share with your friends, family members and associates. We'll be back on in a moment's time, well, in a couple of minutes, for the restart.
Just like the street lights.
Audio check. Audio check. Here we are then, guys. We're about to go racing for the final 2 laps of the sprint race here for the OG Dynamic League here on a Friday night. What a sprint race we've had so far. It's coming down to the final couple of laps. Boo Boo on fresh soft tyres, having waited the entire race to make his pit stop, has now absolutely won the luck of the draw with this strategy, because he's been able to make a free pit stop under the safety car, and he's got the lead. But Clegg he passes him around the last corner. There we go. He gets the lead back now, coming over the line as Boo Boo leads us here to start the penultimate lap of the race, and Clegg is holding it on the inside there of A. Thompson. Bennett there in 4th ahead of Roger. You've got Joan G ahead of F1 Silver. Horatio there in 8th ahead of Ben Smith. Then you've got Dylan there completing the top 10 at the moment. Juice is all over the back of them nose. Dylan trying around the outside of Ben Smith. Ben Smith they're trying to hold it there. Dylan not able to get that move done on Ben Smith for the time being. Juice right behind them. Our old beast there behind them. As we can see, Ben Smith there down the inside of Dylan there up into 9th place. HD Baguette just behind our old beast. You've got Carts McNivick, Nubby Bootneck at the back, but Boo Boo leads ahead of Clegg and Bennett's made the move down the inside there of A. Thompson, but A. Thompson's told it to hold it on the inside there. Bennett's got the inside for the right hander, and Bennett gets himself up into 3rd place there. So on the fresh soft tyres, Bennett gets himself into 3rd place. He can now try and chase down Boo Boo and Clegg DB on the medium tyres will have less pace on paper than Boo Boo and Bennett, but what can these guys do here as Ben Smith has crashed out of the race? Ben Smith goes out of retirement, so we've got double wave yellow flags through sector 2. Looks like the marshals are going to get that recovered under the double wave yellow flags though. But Bennett here is on the back of Clegg DB. He'll want to get ahead of him as quickly as he can so he can go after Boo Boo on this final lap. We know what Bennett's like on final laps of races. He just throws cautions to the wind. He goes for it. It's all or nothing for Bennett in situations like this. Or is he going to be thinking of the championship at this stage? As we've got F1 Silver currently on the back of Horatio. You've got Dylan there in 9th ahead of Juice, followed by RL Beast. There's HD Baguette. Carts there running in 13th ahead of McNivick, followed by Nubby Bootneck. Boo Boo though leads ahead of Clegg DB right now. Bennett all over the back of these guys in that final podium spot at the moment, but it looks as though he's not really making an impression on Clegg DB at the moment. Clegg DB closer to the back of Boo Boo, and he's got a great run here coming out of the start finish straight. Here goes Clegg DB. If he doesn't get the run here, he'll get it down Raffles Boulevard, but the thing is that he hasn't got the DRS because we are not enough laps into the restart. Only 2 laps from the moment the safety car came in, so these guys are going to have to get it done on grunt as Bennett's fallen off for the top 2, and it's really down to these 2, Boo Boo and Clegg DB for the race win. Clegg DB is all over Boo Boo despite the 0.7.8 of a second deficit for the medium tyres. He's still right on the back of him. Clegg DB's got some great pace around this track. He's full on sending it around this Marina Bay Street circuit on this final lap of the race. 3:10 separating the 2 of them, but Boo Boo just doing enough at the moment to keep on to this one. Is he going to be able to hold it for the rest of this final lap? Half lap left to go here for this race. They got a couple of seconds back to Bennett. As we can see, Horatio is on the back of Don't G. You've got Juice trying to hassle the back of F1 Silver, but he goes a little bit deep there and it's been passed by RL Beast and HD Baguette. So Juice drops down from 9th down to 11th place. The rest of them are a little bit strung out apart from McNivick, as Juice has got back ahead of HD Baguette up into 10th place. But let's go back to the battle for the lead here as Boo Boo and Clegg DB still continuing to go at it. 8/10 of a second. Boo Boo was quicker than his personal best coming through that middle sector. He's flying here on this last lap. He's doing everything he can to keep Clegg DB at bay. Half a second between them as they're coming through the final few corners of this lap, and I think Boo Boo's got just enough here in hand to keep Clegg DB away from that victory here in this sprint race. It's been a fantastic strategy from Boo Boo. It's been a good drive from Clegg DB. He had to come from the back here to get himself into contention, but Boo Boo with a lucky escape with that strategy, and to be fair, he's taken his chance and he's taken it well. Boo Boo out of the last corner takes the checkered flag to take the win here in the first race of the evening for the Dynamic Racing League. Clegg DB takes 2nd place ahead of Bennett, who finishes in 3rd, but he loses out on the 3rd place to A. Thompson due to the penalties there. So to A. Thompson 3rd, Bennett 4th, Rajiv Vithadanchi finishes in 6th place. RL Beast gets Horatio on the penalties, moves up into 7th place. Horatio 8th ahead of F1 Silver 9th. HD Baguette completes the points in P10 ahead of McNivick in 11th, followed by Juiced in 12th. Nobby Bootneck finishes the race in 13th place in the end, and it'll be Carts to round the final corner to finish this one in 14th place. But it's Boo Boo who takes the win, the first win of the evening for the Dynamic League tonight, and what a great win that was. He absolutely judged that strategy really, really well, and to be fair, he got a bit lucky because he can't have known that was coming, but nonetheless, he managed to hold off Clegg DB. Clegg DB was coming at him in the last couple of laps, but Boo Boo held firm, stood tall and resolute, and did not allow any gaps to form. So well done to Boo Boo on the first win for tonight, but also congratulations to Clegg DB and to A. Thompson on the podiums. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll literally be back in probably about a minute or two. We're going to jump straight into the feature race, so stay tuned and we'll be back in a sec. Audio check. Audio check. Audio check. And once again, absolutely no warnings. We're lights out and away we go here for the second race in the daytime here at Singapore. Nobby Bootneck leads into turn one. He's got Donji up his inside, as we can see RL Beast and Danny Did pretty close there coming through the first couple of quarters, but Raiji's squeezing through there. It's a fourth, trying to get the move done. Danny Did can't get it done. A bit of contact there between the two of them as they came round, and Skelly's round as well in the Ferrari, so he drops down to the back of the pack, and Dylan's up ahead of Chet DB, but those two battling it out there for 9th and 10th on board with Dylan at the moment. As you can see, Bennett there's got ahead of A. Thompson, but those two are also side by side, as well as Juice and McNivick going at it right now. So we can see Danny Din's got ahead of Raiji up the front, but on board with A. Thompson as we're right behind Dylan and Bennett here. Chet DB leading this quartet of cars as Bennett's down the inside of Dylan. Oh, he's going to squeeze him up against the wall. Nip in naughty there from Bennett, and they're both into the wall there. Bennett and Dylan having contact, and Bennett's back down to the rear of the field here as Raiji up into second head of Donji onto the back of Nobby Bootneck. Nobby's made a bit of a break for it at the start, and we've got a virtual safety car here on the very first lap of the race. So carnage already here at Singapore in the feature race. Dylan has left the session. He's out of the race, as is Bennett. So Dylan and Bennett crashing into each other on the first lap, and we have got a full safety car deployed here for the feature race here for the OG Dynamic League here at Singapore. Checking the audio. Here we are, we're back underway here for the feature race for the OG Dynamic League as our old beast has made the move on Danny Din into 5th place there into turn 1. Looking down the order, no other position changes right now. It's Nobby Bootneck leading the race from Raiji at the moment, ahead of Don't G, but Raiji's actually got ahead of Nobby Bootneck here. So Raiji's made a move for the lead of the race. Raiji up into P1, it's now already clearing away a little bit from Nobby Bootneck. Now Nobby's got a train of cars behind him. Don't G, Ben Smith is all over the back of Don't G right now, looking to the outside into this left-hand bend, but can't make anything happen there. He's going to look to try and get the inside for the next corner though. Is he still going to be there? Ben Smith there sends one on Don't G and he gets it done. No, Don't G's still there on the outside, comes straight back at him into the next corner. Great driving there from those two as Don't G holds on to the position just about. And Ben Smith has to go again as A. Thompson has got a Giffy boy, but those two at the back of the field. So I don't know what's happened to either of those two at this point. Check DB, well they pitted, that's what happened actually. Check DB is on fresh medium tyres, so he'll definitely need to come to the pits again. He's not done here in this race, he would have had to put the hards on to go to the end. But nonetheless, it's Raiji from Nobby from Don't G, then Ben Smith there behind them. We got Oral Beast over Danny Din, followed by Boober. You got Enmorph there in 8th, followed by Juice. You got McNivick, followed by Carts. Ben Smith is ahead of Don't G, and that's why, because Don't G's out of the race. Don't G has crashed out. You can see the stricken McLaren there, and we've got another safety car. We've got another safety car. The safety car once again deployed here at Singapore. Audio check, audio check. Audio check, audio check. Here we are then, guys. We're about to get back underway here for the feature race here for the Dynamic OG League here on a Friday night. The feature race of the evening, the final time this evening that we'll be out on track, and it's Raiji leading us around the final corner here, about to get back underway. As we can see there, we've got Ben Smith coming into the pits right now, so in he comes. It's Raiji leading us around, coming in towards turn one, ahead of Nobby Bootneck, as you can see there. Boo Boo looking down the inside there of Danny Din, and he makes the move there up into 4th place. Now Morph follows him through there. Is he going to be able to make that move into 5th place? Yes, he does. Morph there makes the position, as we can see. RRL Beast has moved ahead of Nobby Bootneck there up into 2nd place as well, so good move there from RRL Beast. You can see Juice has made the move there on Danny Din up into 6th place, so great stuff there from the Juice. Looking back down to the McNivics there in 8th place, has got Carts just behind him. Then HD Baguette there running in 10th place right now as we're coming into this tricky left-hand bend, but it's currently Raiji opened up a bit of a gap here. He's got over 2 seconds here, so Raiji absolutely flying on this restart. RL Beast there in 2nd, ahead of Nobby Bootneck. You've got Boo Boo there 3 tenths off on the back of Nobby Bootneck, really trying to put the pressure on him here in the early stages of this restart. No DRS will be available until lap 9. And nonetheless, these drivers really want to press on right now, as you've got Morph there looking all over the back of Boo Boo, with Boo Boo focusing on what's in front of him rather than what's behind him here. He's got Nobby right in front of him here as they're coming into this very, very tricky section of the track. This left-hand bend, and you go straight over the bridge and it's right into a braking zone. And then you go into that left-hander with pretty much a lot of strain on those tyres. But Morph having to look to the inside, trying to distract Boo Boo, but Boo Boo's more worried about what's ahead of him here, because he's got Nobby very much in his sights. Nobby's still swirling around a little bit, goes a little bit deep into that part of the track. Can Boo Boo get the exit? Can he get the cut back? It can't do it by the looks of it, as we've got double waves, yellow flags through sector 2 and 3. Not sure why. Tech DB's got ahead of Giffy Boy though. Oh, my game's crashed. Testing. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for that little delay that we had there. Unfortunately, my game crashed, so We didn't get to see what was going on just there. McNivic's got ahead of Nobby Bootneck up into 5th place. Nobby Bootneck seems to be falling back down the pack a little bit at the moment. Not quite sure what's going on there with him. As we can see a bit of feedback in the back. I don't think that stops in a minute. Very distracting. Right, here we are then. So, currently Raiji leading us round at the moment. Let's get these this info up. It's all gone, unfortunately. We just have to completely restart absolutely everything just there and then. But it's Raiji leading. We're just under 5 seconds at the moment over Boo Boo. You've got Emma for a couple of seconds back there running in 3rd place. You've got Juice there in 4th. Ahead of McNivic, who's right on the back of him here. Coming in towards turn 1, you've got Nobby Bootneck there just under 3 seconds behind us. So you've got Karts there with HD Baguette moving through ahead of into 7th place. So HD Baguette moves up into P7 with that move. You've got Horatio now looking to try and get a cut back here on Karts coming out of turn 2. As Ben Smith just on the fastest lap of the race there, 1:41 dead. But he's down in P11 at the moment, so he's not able to do a whole lot from there. Skelly does the fast lap of the race, goes a second quicker than Ben Smith, but Horatio will have DRS here on Karts, but Karts has the DRS on HD Baguette, and therefore not really able to do too much at the moment. As you can see, Karts and Horatio both following the Aston Martin round at the moment. Karts very late on the brakes, but can't quite make anything happen there at the moment. You've got McNivic on the back of Juice, having a little look to the inside into the old Singapore Sling. Can't quite make the move at the moment. It for 4th place in the race here. Horatio still trying to put the pressure on HD Baguette and Kart. Looking back down the order, we've got Czech DB and Danny Din currently running in 15th and 16th places. So Czech DB has an absolute mare of a race. There's no other word for it so far in this feature race. As we've got Lightblade in the comments. Hello Lightblade, welcome along. One of our biggest fans here at Motive. Always great to see Lightblade in the comments. Races with us in the GT3 League for the PS4 platform on Wednesdays. Always, what's happened there? Oh no! Ben Smith has gone off and he's out of the race. Well, he's not out of the race. He's got no front wing though. So Ben Smith somehow able to carry on and avoids terminal damage there. That is a miracle, as Skelly's been passed by A. Thompson, and A. Thompson is up into 11th place there. Gets ahead of the Ferrari. We've got McNivic on the back of Juice there, battling out over 4th and 5th places at the moment. Raiji opening up a bit of a gap though. He's got 5 seconds over Boo Boo at the moment. As RL Beast has got ahead of Ben Smith there. And Ben Smith, oh, he's had another moment. He can't get out of trouble right now. Ben Smith is into a runoff area, and his race is going from bad to even worse at the moment, as Karts is now in the pits at the end of lap 10. Oh my goodness. It's all happening right now as RL Beast has got a 3-second time penalty for cutting corners apparently. Some of you will know the drill. Ben Smith's got a 3-second time penalty as well for cut. Oh, Skelly's out of the race, and so is RL Beast. The two of them must have crashed into each other. And what's happening here? Is there going to be another safety car? As we just see Ben Smith now limping round to the pits. It looks like the marshals are going to get that recovered under the double waved yellow flags. So the Singaporean marshals, absolute geniuses here. They're capable of superhuman feats. They're able to remove 2 cars from the scene of the accident before anyone comes by. That is absolutely unbelievable stuff there. As we see Ben Smith driving through the pit lane right now. But Raiji leads the race by just under 4 seconds ahead of Boober. You've got Enmorph there in 3rd ahead of Juice, who's got McNivic trying to hassle the back of him here for 4th place. You've got HD Baguette currently within a second of Nobby Bootneck right now. Horatio's right there with them as well in this battle for 6th, 7th and 8th, and Ben Smith has left the session. No surprise there with crashing out of the race. Doesn't want to stick around and see who's winning tonight. But Horatio currently trying to get something done here with HD Baguette. Looking back, Daniel McNivic's now on the back of Juice as we see Enmorph into the pits here at the end of lap 11. So in he comes to serve that mandatory pit stop, as Nobby Bootneck's now got a 3-second time penalty as well. So the time penalties are getting handed out willy-nilly right now. The stewards are like, right, you can have a time penalty for that, you can have a time penalty for that, yep, definitely a time penalty for that. And we've got another safety car, because Karts is out of the race. Karts has crashed out here on lap 11, another safety car. It's safety car galore tonight at Singapore. We can't get enough of these safety cars, and once again it is deployed here. We started with 20 cars, we have now got 12. And this is now getting into a bit of a crash fest, I've got to say. Testing, testing. Here we are, guys, we're back underway once again here, lap 15 of 31. We're halfway through this feature race as A. Thomas is looking to make a move here around the outside of Boo Boo and gets it done into turn 1. Check DB's got ahead of Danny Din up into 11th as we see Boo Boo going straight on at the first corner, and he's lost out there to Morph and Juice. And does he do that to Nobby as well? He does. Nobby they're up into 7th place here in this race as we see Boo Boo falling backwards here, but Boo Boo's trying to come back here. Giffy Boy they're up the inside, and Check DB as well. And Boo Boo, they're losing out positions left, right and centre. He's lost out to Danny Din as well, and he's down to 11th place from 5th on this restart. HD Baguetto's had even more of a nightmare of a start than he has. She is down to 12th place as Chet DB is now on the back of Giffy Boy trying to get himself into 8th place if he can and have another good race after he did in the sprint race. But it's McNivick there leading ahead of Horatio. You've got Raichi right on the back of Horatio here. Then you've got A. Thompson followed by Morph. There's Juice ahead of Nobby Bootleg followed by Giffy Boy, Chet DB. There's Danny Din there running in 10th place ahead of Boo Boo, and HD Baguette after a nightmare of a start down in P12 in this race. But it is McNivick holding the lead at the moment, and A. Thompson's got ahead of Raichi there up into 3rd place. Good move there, but Raichi getting a better run out of the corner, and Raichi swoops around the outside there up into 3rd place. Now he's going to have to defend as A. Thompson looking to go back up the inside. He's sending one there. Raichi listening on space on the inside and just tags up against that wall a little bit. Raichi there holding on to that 3rd place as Check DB has got ahead of Giffy Boy there up into 8th place, or has he? He hasn't completed the move yet. Giffy Boy's still there trying to come back at him. No, Check DB does get that one done up into 8th place. Nice move there from Check DB as Danny Din has got a 3-second time penalty here for multiple warnings. A. Thompson still on the back of Raichi, but McNivick leading the race here on lap 15. We're halfway through this race at the moment, and Horatio there just holding on to the coattails of McNivick right now. You've got Raichi ahead of A. Thompson. There's Juice getting ahead of it, and Morph. That's because their Morph is in the pits. And Nobby Bootleg there's lost out to Check DB, so Check DB up into 7th place here in this race. But the position changes left, right and centre at the moment as their Morph is coming into the pits. I would presume to get a new set of tyres. He'll probably put on another set of mediums and go to the end from here, one would imagine. Boo Boo also in the pits after his absolute horror show of a restart there. He's putting on the front wing on, and he will, and away he will go once again. Giffy Boy is up into 7th place here ahead of Nobby Bootleg, so good stuff there from Giffy Boy. Back to the front, it's McNivick, Horatio and Raichi still battling it out here for the lead of the race as these three have broken away a little bit from A. Thompson, but A. Thompson in clear air now. Might be able to go after them if he's ahead of Juice there in 5th place. But Raichi here trying to get something done with these guys. McNivick is on 15 lap old hard tyres, so he'll look to try and extend this stint and maybe put the softs on to go to the end. It's a hard track to overtake here, Singapore, so McNivick will be good, will be well placed to give that a crack as we see Raichi now trying to pressure Horatio into some kind of skirmish here, but Horatio's giving him no quarter right now, and he'll have ERS here to use, but so will Horatio. Horatio's got more ERS than Raichi has. Raichi's actually used a lot of his up. He's blown his load over the course of this lap. A. Thompson there in 4th ahead of Juice. You've got Check TV running in 6th place ahead of Giffy Boy in 7th as we've got Nobby Bootleg and Danny Din battling it out for 8th and 9th places, but now Danny Din a little bit too far back to make a move at the moment there in that battle. And Morph, Boo Boo and HD Baguette well off at the back of them here in this race. McNivick those opened up just over a second of a gap here over Horatio coming through this middle part of the lap, but A. Thompson is right on the back of Raichi now in this battle for the podium spots. Juice not too far away as well in P5. So A. Thompson trying to pressure Raichi into a bit of an error here, but Raichi is closer to the back of A. Thompson, Horatio than he is to A. Thompson here. As Raichi looking all over the back of him, no DRS this time though to help him out. He'll have to wait, he'll have to sit and watch and hope that he might be able to use it somewhere else here. But both of these guys using up a lot of their ERS, but Raichi using up a bit more than Horatio is at the moment, as McNivick has got a 3-second time penalty. Oh no! McNivick there, the race leader's got a 3-second time penalty, which will definitely come back to bite him on the bottom later on if he's still within 3 seconds of these guys, as we can see Horatio trying to defend here from Raichi. Raichi's now open to an attack here from A. Thompson, who's trying to go around the outside, but Raichi covers that one off for the time being. Juice is now joining this train of cars, and Check DB is right there after a horror show of a race so far for Check DB. It's been nothing short of diabolical for this man, and he's now all of a sudden in the fight for the win, so very fortuitous here for him running in P6 right now, right in the hunt again, as Nobby Bootleg's on the back of Danny Din at this point in this battle for 8th and 9th places here in this race. McNivick though leads ahead of Horatio. You've got Raichi trying everything he can to get ahead of Horatio at this point. You've got A. Thompson right there just behind these guys trying to get himself onto the podium if he can, followed by Juice and Check DB. And the action is absolutely fantastic here tonight in this race. Lap 17 of 31 here at Singapore for the OG Dynamic League here on a Friday night. McNivick there has got a 1.7 second lead and looks like he's comfortable to these guys as Horatio trying to defend from Raji again. A. Thompson though is in hot pursuit, so Raji will be conscious of that and will be wanting to get ahead of Horatio as quickly as he can to avoid getting overtaken by A. Thompson. Coming to the final few corners, here they come. Check B now really close to the back of Juiced as well here. These two will be looking to try and capitalise on any little trip-ups from the guys in front. Are they going to be able to keep it clean as Raiji's now got the run? DRS here, and he looks to the outside on Horatio. Horatio defends the inside line. Raiji can't make it around the outside there. A. Thompson watching this unfold in front of him and hoping that he can just feast on the scraps of whatever these guys leave behind as Raiji manages to get a good run out of turn 3, and for the time being he's going to hold on from A. Thompson. But this is such close racing as Check DB looking down the inside of Juice. He'll get DRS here, but so will everybody else, so it's not really going to make too much of a difference here for Check DB. He'll have to use the slipstream here on Juice if he wants to get this done up into P5. But for the time being, no position changes here. It's line astern from all 4 of these drivers here. 5 of them, should I say. I can't count, I'm an idiot. But these guys are absolutely putting on a show right now as Horatio's got a 3-second time penalty and he's lost out to Raiji. Raiji's going to seize on that and moves up into P2, and now A. Thompson's going to follow him through as well, and Horatio losing a couple of positions there, but he's trying to hold it around the outside of A. Thompson, but A. Thompson does get it done, and Horatio very aggressive as he tries to come back at him there, and he gets tagged around by Juice, and Check DB sneaks up the inside. That could have been a lot worse. That could have been absolute carnage there, but somehow they managed to get it through all unscathed. But Horatio loses 3 positions there and is down to 6th place. He's lost 4 places in the space of 1 lap, from Raiji into second ahead of A. Thompson. Juice, Check DB, Horatio still right there, and Giffy Boy's now all over the back of Horatio as he gets the run coming out of that right-hander. He's going to look to the outside. It will turn to the inside for this next bit. Is he going to send one? Oh, I tell you what, he went for a similar move to what Horatio did, and he's round. Giffy Boy spins round this time. Horatio will probably be thinking deja vu, but this time he's not the one sending it, he's the one getting it sent on, and he holds on, and the guy who sent it on him has absolutely messed it up royally, and Giffy Boy has now dropped a few places and a lot of time here in this race. Lap 19 and 31 for this one. McNivick still has the lead by 2 seconds at the moment ahead of Raiji. You've got A. Thompson just behind there in 3rd place. Juiced and Check DB both into the pits as Horatio moves himself up into 4th place here. Check DB has got a 5-second penalty though for a collision with Juiced. And they're both into the pits here. Check DB lost his front wing with whatever that was with Juiced, so that's obviously a massive shame there for him. And front wing goes on and off and away he goes once again there. So Check DB back out on the track just behind Juice, and those two are going to be returning to the track pretty shortly, you would imagine. Oh my goodness me, I just almost knocked my phone off the desk there. McNivick there's got there's a hiccup as well, but Minivick's got a 2-second gap just under here to Raiji at the moment. A. Thompson there running in 3rd place. Oh god, I need to just take a deep breath every time I hiccup, otherwise just keep doing them. But currently 3.5 seconds separating the top 3, McNivick, Raiji and A. Thompson at this point. You've got Danny Din just out within a second of Horatio at the moment. Let's look at this, they're coming to the Singapore Sling right now, and Danny Din's just looking for a way through. He's trying everything he can. He's throwing the kitchen sink at Horatio right now, but nothing doing. He can't find a way through for the time being. He's looking Danny inside. Oh my goodness me. Danny Din almost tagged him in the back there. That could have been very close to a catastrophic incident between the two of them, but they both continue on their way for the time being. But this is turning into a brilliant feature race. Oh, Check DB's out of the race. Check DB has crashed, and we've got another safety car. Oh, we've got a 3rd safety. Is it the 3rd or 4th? I think it's the 3rd. The 3rd safety car here tonight. It might even be a 4th safety car. I've actually lost count, to be fair. But we've got another safety car here with 11 cars left in the race, and what a shame for Check DB as he was in the hunt. He had a full start to the race, but he was getting into it. He has crashed out here on lap 19. 12 laps left to go, and the leaders are going to get a free pit stop. A lot of them are anyway. McNivick coming in, I presume, for those soft tyres, which now with the safety car means he'll only have to do 9 racing laps on them. So McNivick in a great position in the lead of this race to run away here at the end. I know he's putting the mediums on, so he's playing it safe. Gotta play it safe. But yeah, he puts the medium tyres on. Nobby Bootneck now leads on the hard tyres, but he doesn't need to pit again. But his pace will be a lot worse than those behind him, obviously, because he's on the slower tyre. But nonetheless, here guys, we have got a few laps left to go here in this feature race. What a night it's been for the Dynamic League. The final time this evening. We will be taking the checker flag in 11 laps time. Stick around, stay tuned. And if you're one of the drivers watching this back, I hope you've enjoyed watching this stream. If you think I'm crazy, please let me know in the comments. And if you think that these streams are good, then please also let us know if you enjoy them. Drop a like, subscribe, and share this with your friends, family members, and otherwise associates. We will be back very shortly.
And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again.
Everything changes.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Here we are then, guys, we're about to go racing once again. 10 laps left to go here for the Singapore Grand Prix, the feature race here for the Dynamic OG League, and Nobby next gone. He's put his foot to the floor and we're back underway once again as we're coming out of the last corner. We can see Boo Boo there's got his, oh no, Gibby Boy's had it off, and Gibby Boy's missing his front wing as he spins it back round on the track again. And we see A. Thomason's got his over to second place ahead of McNivick, so those two going at it here, coming through the turn 2 and 3, and now A. Thomason's lining up Nobby as well. A. Thompson looking to make the move for the lead of the race, and he's made the move up into the lead of the race. So A. Thompson here having an absolutely electric start, and he's back up into the lead here as we can see McNivick now following Nobby through, but McNivick has had a very shaky start to this race on his medium tyres, and maybe he's made the wrong choice by putting the mediums on. Probably he should have gone for the softs. A. Thompson now may have just won this race with that move, getting into the lead here as Raiji is right behind Nobby, and Giffy Boy is out of the race. He's left the session. We're down to 10 drivers here in this race as Raiji ahead of Juice, and Nobby is lost out to Juice, so Juice up into 4th place. Nobby trying to come back at Juice. No, he's not. And he's there in 5th place there at the moment, but Juice is trying to get onto the back of Raiji if he can. You've got Horatio and Danny Din right on the back of Nobby as well. Bit of a gap back to HD Baguette there running in 8th place. It's got Boo Boo all over the back of her. They're in the battle for 8th and 9th places. They're more way off for the rest of them there in P10 in this race. But we've got 9 laps left to go here at Singapore for the feature race for the Dynamic OG League. You've got A. Thompson just over a second ahead of McNivick at the moment. You've got Roy Gino a couple of seconds back in 3rd place, followed by Juice. You've got Nobby Bootneck there running in P5 at the moment. It's got Horatio hassling the back of him here for 5th place, as you see Nobby just swirling around a little bit there. You've got Danny Din there in 7th place, just behind HD gets about a second off of the back of these guys at this point. They're running in 8th place. You've got Boo Boo here trying to get something done with HD Baguette at the moment, and they're morphed there running well off on the back of them there in P10 in this race. But Juice is trying to get onto the back of Raiji as they're coming out to the start finish straight here to complete lap 22 of the race. Down towards turn 1 we come. Juice has got DRS not to any avail at the moment. Nobby Bootneck there running in 5th ahead of Horatio. Horatio can't get anything done there into turn 1. Danny Din there ahead of HD Baguette followed by Boo Boo, and Morph a long way behind there in P10 in this race. But A. Thompson's already opened up over a second of a gap here on the first couple of laps of the restart, and he's looking very strong here for this race win on those fresh soft tyres. Boo Boo has got ahead of HD Baguette there up into 8th place, so nicely done there from Boo Boo. As we can see, Horatio's now got DRS and Nobby Bootneck coming through Raffles Boulevard. They're going to come under the tunnel there and down towards this left hand bend. Is he going to send one down the inside? Horatio goes for it and he commits it. He's both gone wide there. Nobby though much wider, and Horatio there squeezes through, and Danny Din also squeezes through ahead of Nobby as Nobby loses 2 positions, and Nobby continuing to fall backwards down this field as Boo Boo there holding being pushed out there by Danny Din, and Danny Din there up into P6, but Nobby Bootneck there in P8 now, so he's falling backwards more and more over the course of this restart. 8 laps left to go, and he's now down in 8th place here in this race as McNivick has closed the gap to A. Thompson. It's now under a second between those two. Juice is still on the back of Raiji. Danny Din and Boo Boo still trying to get ahead of Horatio, but Danny Din a little bit of compromise there, and Boo Boo might have a chance here. He's going to look all over the back of him here. Is he going to send one? No, he's too far back as HD Baguette's got ahead of Nobby Bootneck up into 8th place, and Nobby continuing to drop positions here on this restart. On board with Boo Boo. He's trying to come back at Danny Din here into this right hand bend. They come, but nothing doing at the moment. No opportunities, no gaps, nothing presenting itself at this point as we've got Juice currently on the back of Raiji as they're now coming through the final few corners here of lap 23. DRS will be enabled this time around, but Juice here very close on the back of Raiji at the moment as they're coming over the line to complete lap 23 of the race. Down the start finish straight they come again. Boo Boo's now on the back of Danny Din, but Danny Din's still trying to get onto the back of Horatio if he can. Nobby Bootneck has got a 3-second time penalty there for multiple track limit warnings. What a shame there for Nobby Bootneck. But in the meantime, Boo Boo's on the back of Danny Din. Still can't find a way through. Danny Din can't find a way through ahead of Horatio either. And we've got McNivick currently still trying to hassle the back of A. Thompson for the lead of this race as Enmore has just done the fastest lap of the race from P10. But he's absolutely nowhere here in this race as Danny Din's now looking to the outside of Horatio. Horatio just squeezed him out there. No way through for Danny Din. No opportunities. Oh, as he just tags him in the rear a little bit there. Horatio keeps it on the track. Doesn't go wide as a result. So good. Well done from Horatio. And Danny Din has just binned it into the wall and has just deliberately crashed out of the race there. I don't know what he's playing at there, but he's just crashed out of the race on purpose. He's just purposely wiped himself out. And that is his race over here on lap 24 of the race. Double 8 yellow flag through sector 2. And we've got another safety. Oh, God. Nobody told me the safety car was coming in. That has caught me off guard a little bit, I must admit. Well, here we are nonetheless. 5 laps have to go here in this race for the feature race for the Dynamic OG League then. Horatio into the pits. Nobby Bootneck there moving himself up into 7th place and gaining position after what can only be described as a horror show of a restart since the previous safety car restart. I don't think they even restarted, did they? It was just like, right, off you go. Green again. It was effectively a VSC, although it came up on my screen as a safety car, so I don't know whether that was a bit of a glitch on the game or what. But right now it's Nivik leading the race anyway by 4 seconds ahead of Juiced. Boo Boo there running in 3rd, it's got 3 seconds back to A. Thompson. Raiji there running in 5th, it's got 11 seconds back to HD Baguette. Nobby Bootneck there running in 7th. Looks like some of them are going... Yeah, no, Nobby Bootneck's behind the safety... No, so there is a... The safety car is on the track. The safety car is on the track. I'm not tripping, am I? Can somebody... Well, can one of the 8 people watching just confirm this for me, please? Is the safety car on the track? Did I just see that? I'm concerned. I'm like, no, hold on, no. That is the safety car. That is the safety car right there. That is the safety car. Horatio has just gone past the safety car. The safety car supposedly come in, but there, it's there. It's like it's right there. What? What's going on? What the bloody hell is going on here? HD Baguette's crashed out of the race. So the safety car wasn't officially out before. I imagine it will be now. It's just left the session, and I am so confused at the moment. I don't know what's happening. Supposedly the race is continuing on. But I'm in a state of shock at the moment. I can't quite comprehend what's just happened. Yeah, now I'm struggling. Right, this doesn't make a whole load of sense, I will admit. Yeah, struggling to make sense of any of this right now, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Anyway, McNiven leads the race, and it's looking like he's probably going to win. He's got 4 seconds alone over Juiced. You've got A. Thompson coming on the back of Boo Boo here. A. Thompson now looking to try and bring himself into this battle for the podium spots. As they're now coming into turn 1, he's a little bit too far back at the moment. Didn't have DRS because we've only done 2 laps since the safety car came in. But A. Thompson looking probably pushing, trying to find a way to get himself into those podium spots at the moment. Boo Boo is just holding him at arm's length for the time being. In fact, Boo Boo's just let him pass. So, a bit of a confusing one there. A. Thompson now onto the podium spots. Horatio there running in P7, 3.5 seconds off at the back of Nobby Bootneck at this point. But Boo Boo hasn't let A. Thompson off the hook since being passed by him a few moments ago. Still confused as to the safety car that there it is. Right, so they're just gonna fly past it then. Okay. Alright then. Alright. Okay. Please be advised, drivers, there is a wild safety car driving around. Boo Boo's now been disqualified for overtaking it, and this race is very quickly going down the toilet. Don't quite know really what's going on here, I'm perfectly honest. I think, yeah, okay, no, he got disqualified for an illegal overtake. He got disqualified for passing the safety car off of the track. What the bloody hell is going on? Oh my god. This is absolutely mad. This is mad. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say here. This is fucking crazy. And so Ratio's now ahead of, on the back of Nobby Bootleg here, battling out over 5th place. Goes a bit wide there onto the curb. Ratio's now got the run. What's the Ratio going to be able to do here then? He's now got that good launch there coming out of the right hander. He's going to have to run. He's going to look to the outside. Nobby Bootleg isn't really going to defend it too much. Ratio here making a move down the inside up into 5th place. Is Nobby going to hold him there? No, he can't. He can't keep it there any longer. Ratio then moves himself up into 5th place here in this race. Yep, he does. Yep. This is very confusing. Now Horatio's coming up behind it. Don't pass it off the track. Whatever you do, Horatio. Alright, Nobby makes his way through. Do it on the track, Nobby. Good. Oh my god! What a race! I don't know how this has come about, that there is a safety car just driving around and round the track, and it's not, there's no safety car being deployed. It's just driving around loose around the track. One of the most bizarre situations I've witnessed here as a commentator, I must say. This is a first. This is a new one for me. Oh, Jesus. But McNivick leads anyway by 4 seconds at the moment. Seems like he's got this one in the bag. Unless he bins it into the barriers. That was a hiccup for those who are unaware or unsure. McNivick's got just over a lap left to go here for the Singapore Grand Prix, the feature race here for the dynamic OG lead. So I was just, oh, Jesus Christ, the controller almost went flying there. Man, I had to have racing driver reactions there to catch that. What a day we have had here at Singapore. And a bit of a hollow end to the race just because of some bizarre safety car antics, which not quite sure about. I guess it might become a bit clear as to what's occurred in the aftermath, but in the meantime, it just feels a little bit like I feel like there's a bit of a bad taste in the mouth after this one, if I'm perfectly honest. Not how I wanted to see this race end. I'm sure not like how the drivers, and certainly McNivick, would have wanted it to end, but he's going to take over and the win nonetheless. And bit of a bizarre end to this race. Check says how many penalties do they have. Let's just have a quick little look as McNivick's just making his way through past the wild safety car. McNivick has 3, Juice does 5, so McNivick's good for the win. A. Thompson is probably likely going to get Juiced on the penalties here. He won't get McNivick, but A. Thompson might pick up P2 here in this race. Ratio is far enough ahead of Nobby Bootleg. Nobby Bootleg's got enough of a gap back to M off, so the only change here is going to be A. Thompson for P2. Other than that, it's going to be pretty much as you see it right now. But nonetheless, McNivick coming into the final few corners, and he's done everything right here in this feature race. Led from pole, did a long stint on the hard tyres which has really put him in good stead, made him able to really take the life out of these medium tyres. And he comes over the line to take the checkered flag here in the feature race. McNivick takes the victory here for the Dynamic OG League Round 2, Race 2 of the evening. Great job from McNivick here in the feature race. A. Thompson takes second, and the penalties ahead of Juice, as we expected there, due to Juice picking up a few too many time penalties there in that race. The race ended just over an hour in, so yeah, put of a long one. Not quite the 1 hour and 15 minutes that we had Motive a couple of weeks ago, but nonetheless certainly long enough. As Raiji coming into the final couple of corners here is going to take 4th place here in this race over the line. He comes. Horatio's got a few corners to go. He's going to be 5th place here for Horatio. As into the final corner he comes, and out onto the start finish straight there. P5 here for Horatio. Nobby Bootneck is coming through the final couple of corners here, and he's going to finish this one in 6th place position as he comes over the line now. And Morph here struggling on this last lap. I don't know if he's just doing some burnouts, shits and giggles. And Morph will come round to complete the race, but in due course, as he's a long way behind the rest of them here. Good points for Alpine, my saviour, says Czech. Yeah. Oh, mate, I felt gutted for you as you were just bringing yourself into that fight. You were slow starting in this race, but you were kind of just bringing yourself into the fight. And then that incident happened at the worst time for you. So, what a massive shame. But obviously, your teammate scoring well is not too shabby at all for your constructors battle. As we see Morph here, he's finishing the race in style as he comes over the line. But nonetheless, it's McNivick who takes the win here tonight for the feature race. So big congratulations to McNivick on taking the second win, the final win of this evening. Motive, we saw Magpie taking the win. Sprint race tonight for the Dynamic, we saw Boo Boo taking the win, and the feature race win goes to McNivick. So congratulations to those three for tonight's wins. And once again, I want to thank everybody for watching this back. To the drivers, I hope you enjoyed watching this back. If you did, please do drop a like, as it helps us out more than you know. If you want to get involved in Motive's F1 League, be sure to go to www.motiveracing.com. You can join our Discord server, and you can join the races that are before yours on Friday night. But once again, it's been a pleasure commentating on the Dynamic League. It always is. This league, one of the most competitive. Sprint race a bit better than the feature race. Feature race went a bit to pot, but nonetheless, cheers guys for having me once again. I'll be back next week for the next one. We'll see you guys soon. Cheers. Bye bye.